Welcome to the very first episode of Wild on Wheels. And this episode, I push my limits.
This is from Jan's viewpoint.
Build a new double black trail that isn't exactly safe.
We are by the cliff that you do not want to fall off of.
And I scared the hell out of myself a few too many times. Now, before we get into the sweet action, what is Wild Men on Wheels? Instead of trying to upload once a week and the videos coming out average, I will now only be uploading once a month. Once every month a new episode of Wild Men will be released. These are longer than usual and way higher quality. Basically, it's a series on YouTube consisting of rad times, trail building, stupidity, challenges, and way too much stoke. Now, let's get into the sweet action.
So JB wants to build like a berm roll in there. I just think you can just roll straight down this, send it. I think it's probably rollable. You just have to chip a bit at the top away so that it's round, so it doesn't pull up your bottom bracket.
Progression is a big reason why I love mountain biking so much. There are few things as great as hitting a feature or a line that has been getting the best of you every time. The best thing about progression is that it's self-measured. Recently, I finally managed to drop these stair sets without smacking my head into the door frame.
I think that was it!
Now, for you most likely this looks super chilled, and maybe for someone else it may look a bit spicy. That is the thing of progression. It's self-measured. The important thing is that you are pushing your own limits.
So yeah, we're driving down to the lodge for the second time now because I forgot to bring my ID. And
we didn't know
they need that to sign up, yeah.
Now, on that note, I recently did my first ever race. Even though I'm primarily an enduro rider, I decided to take place in a local cross-country race known as the Malaya Monster. I did this for the fun and the experience. I ended up absolutely loving it.
I'm ready, about to head down and hit the start line. And you guys will see me in a bit. Yeah?
I started off nice and slow, as I knew there was single track on the way. That's where I started chasing everyone down. I came out of the trail in the lead.
Is that him? Is that you, Jan? That is Jan right there. You see pedaling right there. Wow, Jan. I think you're the first. Here you go, Jan.
However, the race winner soon caught up with me. After battling with him for a while, I eventually got past. For the rest of the race, I was hopping between second and third, eventually passing and staying in second. I even started gaining ground on the first place rider. Oh, and then I took a wrong turn and ruined my race. Yep, that's right, I took a wrong turn on the trails that I ride almost every day. This happened due to a mix of confusion and being in race mode. Now, honestly, I don't mind. I entered to have fun and push my limits, and that's exactly what I did. Doing this race started a new hunger to go faster and train harder, and opened up so many new options. Races that I wouldn't even think of are now something I would love to do.
Go on! It's really just gonna be a ton of trial and error today. Try it, doesn't work, try it.
Okay, let's get away from all that limit pushing for a bit. I want to build a new trail, but to do that I have to scout. Scouting is often an underestimated part of trail building. Look, I get it. You got this insane idea and you want to start building right now. The problem with this is that you often end up missing out on the best lines and opportunities.
So I'm just busy scoping right now, and this is the thing with scouting. It's so worth it. You constantly find new spots, new gems, and it's worth it to run up and down until you find what you need. And I have an idea right down there where I've already started building on the trail. This is the top section, so I know where I need to go, I know where I need to start, and I'm just scouting now, trying to find the right trail to link it all up.
Taking the time to scout and make well thought over decisions as to the trail line has a 100% payout rate.
So I just found this absolutely epic piece of single track climbing up. I'm just going higher and higher than I thought I could. This is going to be such a rad climbing trail, and it's going to give you access to a ton of trails just like that.
I absolutely love finding hidden gems, and you only find hidden gems when you scout.
Wow, once again I've forgotten to pack lunch. I'm hungry, but I'm gonna keep on doing this. This is too good to be true. It might end up being too steep as well, so this still could possibly not be it.
Okay, that was fun. Let's get back to limit pushing. I want to welcome everyone to our latest trail project, Disco Goat. Disco Goat is going to be a double black trail, weaving its way down the valley, eventually ending by the rock pools. A epic secluded swimming spot where you can chill and reflect on how you nearly died on the trail. Check out this 100% unnecessarily dangerous skinny situated on the end of a cliff.
We are by the cliff that you do not want to fall off of. It is a bit of a high stakes thing for sure. Just because rolling down that would not be fun.
Now this is one cliff you do not want to take for a ride.
Come on, give me a shove. Yo, man. Yo!
I know, this looks crazy. Well, at least to me it does. But in my defense, it is a double black trail. But I can't help but wonder, how much is too much? Exposure, that is. When do you pull the plug on pushing the limits? Ultimately, I find it takes experimentation. That means testing.
Oh my goodness, I don't even feel comfortable working here. The fact that there's a light wind blowing this way towards the side of the cliff, and that it does pick up unexpectedly, does not help. Oh, that's actually really chilled. I'll do that again just for the fun of it, actually. That's such a cool feature. It's like, it's scary, but once you hit it, it's totally fine. I don't feel like it's excessively dangerous. It's got consequence, but it's totally rideable as is. And I do think that I built it well.
At the end of the day, I decided to keep it. If a rider doesn't feel comfortable riding it, they are more than welcome to walk it.
So to answer the question as to when it becomes too much exposure, I don't think it's as simple as just when is it too much exposure. I think it's also about how rideable it is. You have trails that are super exposed, but they're totally fine to ride. This is one of those cases. It's a short piece with a lot of exposure, but it's totally chill to ride, and that's why I think it's acceptable.
After riding it twice, I came to the conclusion that it's what I refer to as chilled. At the end of the day, it was well built, and we carefully considered whether or not to include it in the trail.
Go, go. Tip it, tip it, tip it. Yo!
Sometimes I refer to things as chilled, when it really isn't. See that near vertical face right there? Yeah, somehow I decided that's rollable and chilled at the same time. That was not the case.
I spotted a line a bit ago that I really want to try out, and it's right behind me. There's my bike for scale, and that little face, that little straight up face you see right back there, right above the bike. I want to ride straight down that. You see, a lot of it's too straight down, but that little piece right there, if you make sure that your wheel touches the right spot. So this is what it looks like from the top. It's pretty gnarly, but honestly, once I've cut in the top and stuff, it's gonna be so much shorter already. Pack down the bottom, I think it's gonna be chill. I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting nervous. So the first step is I want to smoothen out the top so it's not a square edge, so you can actually roll into it. And then second step is packing down the sand at the bottom. It really feels like the perfect material to go to be on. I'm questioning whether or not I should fill it in. If I fill it in, it's officially rollable and super chill. If I don't fill it in, it might be collarbone breaking material. Thinking about Kilimanjaro is totally fine, but I'm really worried about that sand in the bottom. Yeah, you see that sand is so soft. The problem is it's not hard enough for me to actually ride on. The front just keeps on digging in. So I need to come with water and a buddy, fill it in, throw it wet, pack it down, and then we'll hit it.
I decided to call it as a day as I decided that the bottom would need to be filled more and it required water to pack it down. I also would like to have someone with me in case something went wrong. While there is nothing wrong with pushing boundaries, doing it in an unsafe and idiotic manner isn't necessary. When I first set out to build this coat, I had every intention to make it a double black diamond. So whenever we were building, we had to make it as insane as possible.
I'm gonna make both options. You can either go ahead and try this tight turn, or you can just go straight down this. I actually think that I prefer going straight.
But that begs the question, when does a trail become a double black? There are a million things that can cause a trail to be rated as a double black. While some double blacks have one big hit after another, whereas another double black may only have one insane feature or be really easy to ride but be really exposed. I've even seen trails rated as double black diamonds just because it's really physical. There's also the question towards steepness. Disco Goat ended up being steeper than I expected. Seeing that Disco Goat has plenty exposure, tech, gnarly rolls, and its fair share of rocks, I think that Disco Goat can be considered a double black diamond. But first, we have to finish building and riding it. We're getting close to the bottom of Disco Goat. This is where things get really epic, steep, loose and tight. It is quite literally out of my dreams.
So I'm leaving that rock, and that's off Camber Sands, the rock I was talking about. It is pretty slippery. So this rock is staying. This rock, it's actually pretty high. This rock is staying. This rock is staying. These rocks are gonna get removed. That rock's staying. That rock is just gonna get moved to the side a bit more. And then we get the gnarly section coming right up.
After some epic rock work and tons of decisions as to what to leave and what to remove, we finally finished Lower Disco Goat. Except there's still this to deal with.
Oh, it goes over there. It's gonna be pretty sweet. And oh my goodness.
I want to take this chance to mention that I'm still figuring Wildman and Wheels out. It's already taken a lot of experimentation, trial, and error. If you have any recommendations, please leave a comment.
Sweet! We got the truck all loaded up with water and tools, and Jamie is really impatient right now.
When I set myself a challenge, I do everything in my power to succeed at that challenge. I don't always win, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Yeah, you can just turn in here and just park straight ahead.
So today we're back at the roll to hopefully hit it. This time I brought my brother, water, and hopefully my guts. Oh, and I remembered my camera battery this time.
I mean, that's pretty gnarly, eh? Is it? I don't know.
This roll really does scare me.
That's freaking scary, bro. Oh, getting very close to doing it. This is so scary, dude. This is on. You're like on top of the bike and looking at it. It's so scary.
This is from Jan's viewpoint.
It's just scary because like I know the minute I drop in, it's over. It either goes good or bad at that point. It's so scary. I'm gonna just hit that thing over there just to warm up.
Yeah.
Why do I choose to do stuff like this? I could have been at home right now, editing a basic how-to video. No joke, as we speak, Red Bull Rampage 2019 is happening.
Stop hesitating! Should we set a goal from for how long you can hesitate?
And tonight,
Stop talking! Yeah, do you mind if I tan while I wait? You probably shouldn't go one speed. You're this close, just do it.
Yes! Yes! What? Yes! What? Yes! Oh, yes! Wow! Wow! I started thinking I wasn't gonna do it.
Man, it feels good to overcome your fears.
And you know what's weird? Midway through, I was like, oh, isn't that bad? I'm gonna do it again.
Every now and then, you do something that scares you enough that by the time you do it, it unlocks a whole new world. This roll was one of those times. When I first spotted the roll, I thought it would be chilled. I was being cocky. By the time I was on the bike and ready to hit it, it was so much higher off the ground and my mind was running wild with every thought of what could go wrong. Then came the moment I did it. I'm not kidding. Halfway through the roll, my brain went, oh, it works. I'm not gonna die. And even before I was done celebrating, my brain went, that's chilled. I can do that again. Now I realize how steep you can go on a bike, and I'm actually not even proud of what I accomplished anymore. My brain is already searching for the next level. That's just how progression works. I'm so stoked for next month and for episode 2 of Wild Men. It's gonna be so rad. Subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when a new episode comes out. After all, it's only once a month. Here's a sneak peek of what's happened so far.
Hello, camera.
Wow! Jamie just had a bit of a nasty OTP. Oh, it goes over there. It's gonna be pretty sweet. And oh my goodness, what the hell have we found here? My, this seems to be a huge slab that I think is rollable.
For years we have walked past and down this insanely big slab on the way to the rock pools. When I decided to build Disco Goat, I instantly knew I wanted to include this slab. I mean, look at it. Who wouldn't want to ride that?
That is crazy. And I've got to hit that today. What the heck? Okay, the biggest problem we're facing right now is the run out, because as you can see, it is a bit death. It's not smooth at all.
All I have to do is clear the run up, make the run out rideable. Oh, and I have to test it. Easy, right?
So I've already put like one big slab right there. It just needs quite a bit of work right now, so yeah. Because that's not a wide enough run out. Anyway, as you can see, it's just like a sheer, pretty steep thing actually, so. But after a big roll, there's no way it hits something like that, so. It needs a lot of work right now. Gonna try and put big flat rocks like that underneath. See what I'm saying? It's like a nice smooth thing and then just whoop. So I just want to put rocks right there. not impressive or anything, but wow, that gave me a proper scare. I'm not joking, like, through most of that run, I started getting to lurpees. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? And I'm like, it's too late now. Wow. It's weird because it lasts so long. Your brain has time to wander and think about how scary it is.
Man, that was epic. Let me know if you want to see me improve the run and hit it hella fast next episode. As usual, the camera doesn't show its true steepness or difficulty, but honestly, I've ridden steeper dirt chutes. The main problem is the run out. If the run out is long and clean, you can let go of the brakes and let it rip. The run out of the slab is sketchy, to say the least.
What's up, guys? I'm at the top of Chalk Chip right now. We're gonna go ahead and ride it and film it for the first time. I'm leaving tomorrow for South Africa for 2 weeks, so it all has to happen right now. I will only be filming the interesting parts, so enjoy this little chilled edit.